This is Matt Towery from World Baseball Network. Right beside me, South Carolina head coach Paul Mainieri in his first season. Paul, how does it feel to be back in Hoover?
Feels great to be in Hoover. I have so many wonderful experiences and memories from being here with the LSU team. And yeah, this is such a cool event. Just you have all these great teams here. You have police escorts to the field, usually big crowds. Sometimes the weather's a little bit iffy and it's a long week, hopefully if you're here all week. But it's a great event and, like I said, wonderful memories, and hopefully we can make some new memories this year.
What does it mean to have 1,505 wins? Like, what does it mean to be among the greats in the college landscape?
You're embarrassing me, Matt. I never looked at it that way. I just feel very fortunate that I've been able to do what I love doing for 40 years. I got my first head coaching job at 25 years old. So, here I am 40 years later. I took a little 3-year break after, as you know, when after 15 years at LSU, I decided to retire. And then my old friend Ray Tanner was the athletic director at South Carolina after having been the baseball coach, and he talked me into coming back out into the business. But I'm really happy to be here. I wish we'd have had a little bit better year my first year, but I'm disappointed but not discouraged. We're going to get some good ball players here and improve with each passing year. And South Carolina is a wonderful place. It's a wonderful city, Columbia. Passionate fan base. We've got a nice ballpark. And we have great kids. I love working with them, and just would like to win a few more games.
How do you feel about your offense going into tomorrow? I mean, Jason Nathan putting in productive at bats from the previous series. How do you just feel like they can step up, and also Petrie being on the IL right now?
Yeah, we've had, everybody does it, and the teams without the great depth, I think, are the ones that complain about it, but we've lost some key players. You mentioned Ethan Petrie, who's going to be a good draft. He's been out for a month with a bad shoulder, and we lost our starting catcher, we lost our starting second baseman. We've lost, some really critical players, and the kids that have stepped in have at times done a good job. But this ballpark is not a home run hitter's park, so we're going to have to, have some really good situational hitting and get some runners on, get them over, and get them in, and then hopefully play really good defense behind our starting pitcher, and hopefully he pitches a really great game.
How do you feel about like guys like Parker, Brandon, Jake that have been shoving through, working north to south, east to west in the strike zone? What they can do tomorrow to attack the Gators' offense?
Yeah, well, we're going to go with Brandon Stone as our starting pitcher, and he's a sinker ball guy, and he keeps the ball down. You got to play great defense behind him because he's not going to strike a lot of guys out. He's going to get a lot of ground balls. Hopefully, he gets a lot of ground balls. When he gets up in the zone is when he gets hurt. But when he keeps the ball down, he's got a really good sinker and a nice little slider. So we got to play really good defense. And then, our bullpen's going to be key. We've got an Italian boy that's been pitching a lot for us out of the bullpen that'll probably see some time tomorrow, Ryder Guarino. And then Parker Marlott has been another key guy for us. Brendan Sweeney's there if we need him. So hopefully we'll be in a position to win the game.
One more question. OU and Texas being the first year in the SEC, what does it mean to just see where the SEC is going to just have powerhouses now either enter or what other levels it comes from that?
It's really unbelievable. Texas and Oklahoma. We played Oklahoma. We didn't play Texas this year, but they're two great ball clubs to add to the other 14 ball clubs that are already in the league. So I don't know how you keep making the SEC better and tougher, but it seems like we do every year. It's whether you're playing Texas, Oklahoma, or whether you're playing Florida or LSU, it doesn't really matter. You're going to play a great team every weekend. But what's amazing to me after having been out of it for 3 years is just how much bigger and stronger the players are, how much harder the pitchers are throwing. So, the league just keeps getting better, more and more prospects, for professional baseball coming out of this league every year.
Paul, best of luck tomorrow against the Gators. My name is Matthew Towery from World Baseball Network, first season head coach Paul Mainieri for the South Carolina Gamecocks.